are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, X, wherever you're listening and watching this. Welcome back to another early morning and late nights with Channel Adrian TV. And from this title, I talk about how come I never became a druggie into drugs or even become an alcoholic, because I do drink occasionally, but I never had a drinking problem. And the reason for that is because I've seen what it has done to a lot of people around me in my life. Not only family members, friends, co-workers, acquaintances from school, work, wherever, where a lot of people don't understand they have a substance abuse problem, to where it turned me off, to where I would never let myself go down that route. And it's always a theme of my channel. Something I've always told y'all is learn from people's mistakes so you never have to go through them. And honestly, I've seen people who were doing well in life, and the trajectory they were going, you thought they were going to become something great, but because of getting caught up in being a drug addict or being an alcoholic, you could see to where it hurt them, because they weren't able to kick that addiction. And I'm not, by any means, I'm not making fun of any type of addiction. Addiction is serious for anything. You have people that are addicted to gambling. You have people that are addicted to soda. You have people that are addicted to spending money. There's a whole lot of addictions out there. I think I'm saying that right. Addiction? Yeah. All right, I'm saying that right. But with that being said, that's why I never fell a victim to that. And to all of you who are having some type of substance abuse problem, hopefully if you're listening to this, it makes you want to go and get help. Because I've never been in that situation to where I had to resort to some type of substance abuse, because I've noticed from the people in my own personal life, now I'm just speaking from my personal experiences, people that I noticed that had substance abuse problems, it was their escape to get away from their life, their relationship, or whatever they were going through. And me, I've never been the type to run away from my problems. I just rather just confront them head on and then go from there and just roll with the punches. But some people need to get away, and they'll go to different type of substances. And that's something I've seen that hurt a lot of people around me. So that's something why I never really wanted to get into. I know when I recently just visited my brother and his wife, and we went to go to a Mexican restaurant, and y'all know I love my margaritas. They asked, I told them it's been 6 or 7 months prior to that when I had a alcoholic beverage, and they were like surprised and shocked, saying, what was the reason for you doing that? I just wasn't in the mood to drink. So, because I find it crazy that some people, like, say if you, I've asked people that hypothetical, if someone was going to give you $1 million, but you couldn't drink soda, alcohol, could you do it? I could easily do that. I'm fine with just drinking soda. I'm fine with just drinking water. If someone was going to give me $1 million guaranteed after a year, I could drink water for a whole year easily without drinking soda or alcohol. And I'm amazed by how many people who said they couldn't make that. So I know I talked about substance abuse on the serious side, but there are people who are addicted to soda. I've seen people who could drink like 4 or 5 sodas in a day. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I do drink my fair share of sodas, but as you see me working out and you see I post my workout pics and stuff like that, like a lot of times I do drink water a day. I drink about a gallon of water a day for the most part, but I still do drink soda. But if someone guaranteed me I'll get $100 for a year just not drinking soda or alcohol, I could easily do that. And then on top of that, another reason why I never became a druggie or alcoholic is I understand the importance of image. I know it's hard for people to take you seriously if they find out you're an alcoholic and if they find out you have a bad drug problem. And rightfully so, because it just gives the wrong appearance. and the wrong perception about you. And you know what I've always said, someone is always watching you, regardless if you know it or not. Someone's always watching. And the way I've seen people talk about other people who had substance abuse problems, regardless if it was rightfully so or not, because some people are rooted in trauma to where that's all they know. So they don't know the proper ways to deal with that. Now, I know some people, I would say, just do it just to do it. But then you have those people on the other hand. So I try to be respectful of people who are dealing with those type of things. And then plus, because I know weed is now legal, and I don't have a problem with weed or people who smoke weed. I have a problem with that at all. But I don't care whatever kind of weed you are. There is a strong smell with that. And when you come to work smelling like that, or when you are around people smelling like that, especially depending what time it is, that's not a good look for anybody. And then plus, on top of that, if people know you have a substance abuse problem, that right there is telling them your weakness. Like you need to drink alcohol, you need to smoke weed, or whatever your addiction is. That's the easy way for someone to get advantage of you, because they could technically bribe you or control your life with that substance. And that's another reason why I never got caught up in that, because I never wanted anyone to have that type of power over me, to control me, especially when it comes over a substance like that. And that's why it's sad when you see Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia, when you see all those people strung out on drugs and stuff. It's sad. And I know a lot of those. Me personally, I could never record that, because I know a lot of people who do channels like that, and they get 100,000 views. But for me personally, with my morality and my soul, I couldn't see myself doing that. Especially when people at that point in life, they're that low. I wouldn't be able to, and that's one thing I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror, because that's one thing about my channel is the content I put out. I feel happy about the content, because it's content I would have no problem with showing to anyone, my mom, my dad, my brother, anybody. I never want to do content on this channel to where I'm embarrassed to show it, because if I'm embarrassed to show it, that means it doesn't align right with me, my soul, or my integrity or morality. So on this channel, you're never going to see that. That's why if I were to do a workout, let's say if I did do a workout video, I wouldn't make the woman on the thumbnail like doing squats, because I know with that comes clicks. But at some point, for me at least, my integrity can't be bought. There has to be some type of integrity with it. Now, I know some people would say that's too serious, but y'all know me, I tend to be more on the serious side anyway. And then plus, like I said, with anything I put out there, I have to be comfortable and stand behind it 100%. And if I'm not comfortable, and if I'm not willing to stand behind it 100%, then I know I'm not being myself. And before I go on a tangent, I'm gonna end the video right here. That's why I never became a druggie, never had a drug problem, or never became an alcoholic, because I saw what it did to other people, and I know what it does for your image. I just want to say, y'all, I appreciate all the support. And if you want reaction videos, motivation videos, sneak reviews, police body cam reactions, anything you could think of, subscribe to Channel Adrian TV, and I will see y'all in the next video.